Hello, classmates and tutor, and this is me, Pedro Julian. And for this chance, I'm going to talk about my fairy tale. It is called The Goblin and the Book of Ancient Mysteries. Once upon a time, in a small, abandoned, and lonely village due to multiple factors of war and violence, where only a few people were of legal age, these people called the village a ghostly place full of mysteries, fears, and strange things. One on a very cold night, with a sky full of stars and the world silent place, something strange was going to happen. While the people slept, the leaves of the trees began to move with force, and noises were heard as if they were the cries of some animal. A neighbor woke up and walked around the village to see what it was that didn't let them sleep. Suddenly, in the distance, they lighted their lanterns and noticed that something passed between the trees very fast, from side to side. The old man thought that it was an animal, but in reality it was a little goblin who also lived in an old house, 13, and abounded in the same village. Did we several nights went by until at dawn the old man found a path full of mud with marks that led him to the abandoned house where the elf lived. Quietly approached and looked out the window and saw as if there were a child sitting back with a book in his hands, and a lit candle next to it because all the place was filled in darkness. Suddenly the old man saw it open along, and the noise alerted the goblin, who immediately closed the book and kept it in a drawer and went out to look who was out there. The old man ran to hide behind some bushes, but the agility of the goblin outraged and angry told him, "What are you doing, spying on me?" The scared pure old man replied, "Who are you? Where does it come from? What are you looking for? Let us live in peace." The goblin answered, "I don't look for anything, and I don't want to hurt anyone here in the village here. I only take care of an old book called Ancient Mysteries. It is a magical book because everything that is written becomes a reality and then it's erased. It is something like a book of hidden secrets, but after things happen, they don't return to normality." One day the old man, after spying several times to the goblin to see what mischief to the goblin with the book, was interested in taking it into his hands and opening it to see what it contained and if it was true that it informed things according to the witch's writing on it. When the goblin left his house in search of food, the old man came again and entered to the house of goblin, opened the drawer where he kept the book, took it and ran to the depths of the forest. There on a giant rock on the edge from a river he sat down, took the book between his legs and opened it. Indeed, he realized that there was nothing writing, only pages full of dust. Then the old man breathed to see if any writing appeared, but found nothing. Then he asked for a witch, but no change happened. The old man's desire was to be young and the richest man in the town. When he didn't see that his dream came true, he decided to throw the book into the river. But when he saw that the water flow didn't take away, and the book but remained floating and steady, that caused him curiosity and he took it again. He understood that there was something magical and strange in that magical book. The old man returned to open the book and remembered that the goblin wrote things in his finger. Then the same thing, and the old man wanted to do with his finger began to write the word young and rich, but suddenly the book closed itself. This caught the admiration of Elder. Then he returned to open the book and wrote the word goblin, and the old man became an elf. At the moment the elf arrived, and he found his new spell of the book and said, "You just happened what happened to me when I found the book. Now I confess that I am an inhabitant of the village, and my name is Alfred, and I have now become a goblin. That's what I take care of the book, to discover the truth and recover my identity." Now it would be the task of two little goblins were they realized that the book belonged to the world of fairies, and that the only one that could return them to their normality was with a phrase written in the book by the fairy. The goblin returned to the abandoned house where they left, and there taking care of the book and the village, so that no one else who would discover this curse. Okay, that's my fairy tale, and I hope this for this time it will be better from before. And see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.